Yo, what's up, Big West, second stream, right? The name of this joint is basically the stream is about excuse me, how how has it been without Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate in our ear, right? Fair use, Pandora in the background. It's not my shit. I got the radio on in the background, all right? So here's the thing. How's it been since they've been gone? Well, I think it's still strong. The movement is still strong. Men definitely realize what's going on with these ladies and what we're worth. We're still seeing dudes getting cashed out, as the lead attorney says. That's his catchphrase. Women get married for a little bit and then they cash us out, man. I mean, it's a great fucking deal if you think about it. You can say, yo, hey, listen, check this out. You gonna marry this guy? This guy's worth millions. You rock out with him, you know, 8, 10, 15, 20 years, then you could cash him out. Get half his shit, you know. If you're still compelled to stay with him, you still love him like that, you can still stay with him. But if not, you can go. That's a great fucking deal. Figure that bullshit out. See that? Fuck this shit. Figured that out, right? So, should we still deal with that? Since we figured it out, it should be easy to counter now, right? Wondering what I'm doing. You want to wet the wrapper before you cut it, because if not, then you'll get messed up edges. This is a pretty clean cut. Pretty clean cut. Look at that. Ooh wee. Ooh. So we got guys still sticking to it. I put my message out. She got more than one kid. She got like 2, 3, 4 kids, man. Don't sleep with her. Why? Why would you say that, Big West? You telling dudes not to get no nookie? Well, that's the only nookie you could get is pregnant nookie. Because she got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids and baby daddies, no marriage. What does that mean? She don't believe in abortion. She don't believe in what's that other shit? Contraceptives. She don't believe in Plan B. Easiest shit in the world. You know what she believes in? Child support, welfare, EBTs, Section 8, Section fucking 8, child support. So why sleep with her? Don't do it. That's my message. Now, we're straight. We got our cigar. We got our drink. We're going to turn down Pandora because I want you guys to see this. This is our dude. This is our boy, Andrew Tate, that they just made up some bullshit and snatched him off the YouTube streets for, right? This dude had people, he had people in class, in colleges, sitting like him, like this and all that shit, and teachers getting pissed off, female teachers, of course, getting pissed off, and that they banned this month them from fucking saying anything about this guy. Pardon my language. So let's see. Let's see why. What was his message, man? Let's see my man's message be.
Let me tell you something. Revolutions are nothing more than a bunch of men in one place. It's not women. It's men. If you put enough men on a city square pissed off, a revolution happens. That's what the people in charge of the world are afraid of. So to make sure there's no revolution, what they do is they construct as many divisions amongst the peasants as possible. They make sure the blacks hate the whites, the men hate the women, the Republicans hate the Democrats, and we're all so busy fighting with each other they can laugh from the top because there's not very many of them and there's a bunch of us.
Make sure the men hate the women. There's a lot of that going on right now. I ain't gonna front. I can't stand you.
I'm telling you, the reason in countries like America, the reason the law is so destructive against men is very, very purposeful. They don't want you to feel like a king. They don't want you to feel powerful. You wake up amongst 3 bitches. If you have fucking 10 sons from 10 baby mamas, you're going to wake up and feel like the man. You ain't taking shit easy. If you wake up on your fucking 3rd year of a sexless marriage, paying taxes, and your kids don't even listen to you, you don't really feel like rebellion. You don't have it inside of you. This is why there's so much fucking male suicide. This is why men are so depressed. This is why everyone's so unhappy, because the life they try and create for men, the things they try and purport, the ideas they try and make us subscribe to are depressing. They want you as a tax slave. They want you as a tax slave. They want you in a sexless marriage with some old fat bitch who hates you. That's what they want. Afraid to leave because they'll take your house and destroy your life's work. And they want you to sit there and pay your tax.
Destroy you and take half your life's work. I.e., what everybody's going through. All the millionaires, even the dude you make 150, 200, you get married, she ready to cash you out, you're going to lose your little 150, 200, 200,000. You're going to lose half of that. In New York City, you married to a woman for 10 years. If you're a city worker, you're married to a woman for 10 years. She's entitled to your pension when she decides to cash you out. 10 years. I put in for my divorce in exactly 9 years. You ain't gonna get me like that, baby.
Taxes until you fucking die. This is all done on purpose. None of this is an accident. It's all very purposeful. And in countries which are not like this, in countries where men still have that masculine essence, in countries where they're still in control of their own household, when the government tries to become tyrannical, it's far more difficult to do because the men get together and say, you know what, women, clean the house. I'll be back in 2 hours. I'm going to tell these guys to get fucked. And
That's important because I always say, with the feminization of strong men and the demonization of masculinity, that's what you're doing. You're showing all the image of the strongest men in America has been feminized. They got them wearing fucking purses. They're changing them. They're changing their fucking kids to little girls. They're doing all of this stuff to feminize the men. Why? Men are who protect society. When you're in trouble, who do you call? The police. When the police is in trouble, who do they call? SWAT. When SWAT's in trouble, who do they call? Fucking government, the military. Those are all men behind the fucking bullets, behind the shields. Right? So somebody got to grow up and want to do that. But no, man, they got everybody turning into little sissies.
And that's the reality of it. This is a control mechanism, along with everything else. Everything you see on TV, this is my final rant. Everything you see on TV is a control mechanism. All the shit they put on Netflix is a control mechanism. Telling you that you have mental problems you don't have is a control mechanism. Telling you, you can't focus on anything for 2 minutes because you have ADHD, or you're depressed and you can never fix it. They're trying to control you. They're trying to dampen your life force. Making sure your woman doesn't listen to you is a control mechanism. Making sure you can never leave her without being financially destroyed is a control mechanism. It's all control mechanisms, all of it from head to toe. You have to resist the slave mind. You have to look at it all and understand they are trying to make a slave of you. And when I say slave, I do not mean slave likely. I mean the word slave. They are printing money from the sky and you're giving up your life for it. If they can create something in unlimited amounts anytime they want, and you'll give up your life and time for that said thing, you are their slave. They don't need to use power and control and whips anymore. They just have the money print button. It's slavery. And they need to make sure that even if you know that, you don't feel powerful enough to do anything about it. All of this, every single thing about the modern world was deliberately constructed to get us to a point where they can come along and lock you in your house for something with a 99.9% survival rate, and you're going to sit there and take it like a bitch anyway. That's what all this shit is, including being in a position where you can't even tell your own woman she's not allowed out with her friends to get fucking drunk with a bunch of dudes, because you're not even allowed to do that. If a wife comes home and goes, I want to go out drinking tonight, you go, you're not fucking going nowhere. Oh, I want to go out with my friends from work. You're not going out with them men. That's coercive and controlling behavior. Bro, you can't even tell your bitch not to go get fucking drunk with dudes.
They'll call that abusive.
You're an abusive misogynist. You're Andrew Tate. Cancel him. It's insanity, and it's all done on purpose. I don't want anyone to sit here and think this is some accident we've arrived at, or that we're here now and it's no big deal. This is very, very purposeful, because when you destroy the warriors of a society, that's how you usher in slavery. First thing the Romans did when they conquered the Greeks is kill all the warriors, all the fighting age males. You leave the soy boys and the bitches, and then you can conquer it. Done. That's what they're doing to us. They're trying to destroy the warriors. So my G's, the ones who are left, don't worry about fucking some pussy. We got bigger fights coming up. We got bigger wars coming ahead of us. So if you want to fuck some pussy, go fuck it. Because I really believe the next 10 years are going to be difficult for men of stature. I really believe that. So
came here, delivered the service. I'm telling you, it's very few. And by the way, I see Myron over there. He knows he ain't never seen me this speechless and just taking in game ever.
Go to motionready.com to add this to your video and that and that.
Fire. Since we just watched that, that's a guy who sounds like he knows what the fuck's going on, and he is actually spitting some game, man. He's spitting some facts. You can't lie about that. So, excuse me. So, what do? Mr. Andrew Tate. They got him. Now I'm gonna pull up man, Mr. Kevin Samuels. How's life been without him? What was he just talking about? What was he talking about? Well, a lot of people hate on Mr. Samuels. They said, "Oh, you see, he hates black women, this and that." Man, he exposed what was going on, and he took the blowback from it. And he opened up a lot of people's eyes to what was going on, right? So I'm gonna see what type of shit he was talking about. Just a quick little thing. See what he's talking about.
Well, the thing is, our women don't have to humble themselves because they believe that our culture and the media and everything else, and even the women have told women that we would be lucky to have you in any state. Women in my lifetime, women used to feel some kind of way. You used to be shamed for coming to church, being a single mother. Now you can come to church with 3-4 different kids, with 4-5 different men, sit on the front row and scream amen. There's no shame anymore in the black community. Now men have been saying all we want is women who are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and childless. Women have progressively gotten larger.
But I've never, you're the first and only
children
to say that.
Bullshit.
I swear.
Yelling. No, ma'am. I have been 53 years old. We have been saying this for the longest. Y'all just haven't been paying us any attention.
Give it a fuck.
Because one thing that started to happen is mixed up. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Listen. The boring dudes are supposed to be your husbands, not your fucking fucked up baby daddies. That's why 54% of black men are single and childless, 30% of black men are married, but 80% of black children are born outside of wedlock. So roughly that means 80% of kids are being fathered by less than 20% of men. It's the 80% of men that don't. It is the large group of men that ain't married and ain't got no kids that have been saying, if you want us to marry you, you got to be this. And what happens? You got to go out there and have somebody else's kid. And then you finally start turning around and looking for Russell Wilson. So, and then you're like, well, where they been saying it? They were saying if they were in the chess room, they were in the algebra class, they were in physics, but y'all was calling them corny and lame and goofies and nerds and everything else.
But see how do we stop this? Because like it may be too late for me. I may need to just go ahead and
I was going to tell you how you stop it. You tell your daughters. You tell your daughters and you tell your
Mr. Samuels wasn't harsh all the time. You know, if you had a listening ear, you know what I'm saying, he would talk to you, you know what I'm saying? But if not, if you were defensive and ratchet and loud, he was going to give you that back. But I think these two gentlemen specifically are the ones that need to be echoed through this YouTube platform and Rumble and Twitter and Twitch or whatever. Keep these guys' messages alive, because it's a very important message and it makes damn sense. You know, Tate said, you know, the way they used to take over other countries was they would get rid of the strong men and keep all the suckers and the women. You can't go into a village or into a country and take it over if you got dudes there with the balls ready to fight and die for it. And if you look at it, I specifically see the feminization of black men. Now, there's been, I don't really even think it's a stereotype, but there's been something going on that black men have been, you know, pretty much like some of the strongest men on the planet. Most resilient, I'll say. Most bold. I mean, I kind of believe it, not just because I'm black, but just because, you know, I'm looking at the way things are. If you oppress anything, right? Prime example. I used to work corrections. Worked on Rikers for like 13 years, and that's like the biggest social experiment you could use. So, you know, you would see a lot of the inmates, and you would at first think that, you know, being that they have little to work with, that they would be weak or weakened. They became more creative, more resilient. They became stronger than the staff. Reason being, prime example, kitchen workers, right? Kitchen workers, they're out there, and you see one officer walking with them, and he's got like 10 to 20 dudes, right? Walking, and they're pushing these big fucking wagons. These wagons are like huge, bro. Huge, right? On these rusted ass wheels, it's squeaking. The wheel doesn't stay straight. It's just canted to the side. So they got to push again. They're pushing 2, sometimes 3 of them shits themselves. And they've got these big ass trays in them, all in them. So they're heavy. Right? So they're pushing this shit up down the damn corridor, the hallway, pushing it up and down the damn corridor, going back, carrying the trays upstairs. And like, this is actual physical work. This is physical labor. This is making their bodies stronger. Then they go and they get their hour recreation. They work out for an hour. They used to have I've never seen a human being curl 225 pounds until I started working in jail. I don't even think I saw a fucking bodybuilder do it, although I know that, you know, some of them can, but I've never seen anyone do it, let alone in person, right? And these guys used to be fucking huge, man. These dudes were fucking huge. They looked like bodybuilders. It was crazy. They finally took the weights away from them, but by then they were already built. All they had to do was just maintain it. So what they do, 1,000 push-ups today, 1,000 fucking pull-ups tomorrow, take Wednesday off, Thursday, 1,000. It's fucking crazy. And just the oppression, you actually create a stronger human being. So now you correlate that to African Americans, Black people, whatever, whatever nationality of people that have been oppressed, they have become stronger. You know, they found ways through that adversity, and only the strong survive. So you got a whole nation of strong motherfuckers, but our issue is they might not have the correct direction. You know, we have hundreds of thousands of energetic, strong, resilient soldiers, but they're killing each other. They're fucking shooting each other left and right over dumb shit, man. There's no direction with them. Imagine if they were freaking united. Imagine if they were all on the same page. Can you imagine all these fucking Tafiks and Raekwons and Fruitquans and Taquans and Tates and Dantes? And can you imagine a fucking army of them motherfuckers? Brooklyn, Bronx, the Bronx. You got the Aidens and the Jadens and the Cadens and the our Spanish brothers and sisters. They started putting the ends on the end of their kids and shit. But yo, these motherfuckers are strong, ruthless, perfect for an army. But they're all like fucking fighting fish. They're all. There's no direction, man. So when you have people like Tate and Samuels giving direction, it's no wonder they're fucking silenced. Andrew Tate has to be the most famous person that I've known and that I've seen in 45 years. This motherfucker almost is as a fucking Michael Jackson, bro. If you think about Michael Jackson, he had motherfuckers fainting, grown ass men passing out, fainting, women fainting, just from this motherfucker moving. Fall the fuck out. This dude Tate got people all over the world sitting in class like this. And the teachers, they felt intimidated because there was unity amongst our young, vibrant men. That's scary. Imagine MJ, right? Say that at that time, say there's 8 billion people on the planet, 8 billion, right? Well, say he has the attention of 3 billion. Say the other 5 billion, they heard of Michael Jackson or whatever, but they might have heard a song. But out of that 3 billion are like, Michael. They're watching everything, they're on his word. Out of that 3 billion, say like 1 billion, say a third, might actually do what the fuck you say. So say Michael Jackson, he was doing videos, and inside his videos, he's showing people riots in the fucking prisons, them going against the guards. He's showing people going against the fucking military and shit, standing on top of tanks, and you telling motherfuckers, all I want to say is they don't really care about us. So imagine you got 1 billion motherfuckers listening to this dude, and he's like, yo, I want everybody to just, for me, if you love Michael, please just don't smoke cigarettes for a whole week. Don't buy cigarettes for a whole week. Don't drink Pepsi for a whole week. Don't eat McDonald's for a whole week. Don't buy cars for a month. If you're going to buy a car, fuck that. How many people you think might actually do that shit? Enough. That's a lot of power, man. So when the person ain't on a page of who you know put them on, that's a little scary. So now you got to do like Tate, right? All right, not as profound as MJ, but he was profound enough to where he had motherfuckers doing marches and all kind of shit for him, man. He got the young people in schools acting like him, hanging on to his every fucking word. And what is his word? Fuck the government. You ever seen Scarface? There's a scene in Scarface where all of the fucking cocaine drug dealing bosses come together and they call Scarface to his meeting. So he goes to the meeting. He meets everybody, shake their hand, he sits down, and the guy turns on this fucking TV. And on the TV is a guy. And the guy's talking about each one of the drug dealers that's in the meeting. So he stops the video and it's like, yeah, this guy, he's talking too much. Everybody here has something to lose. You know, we need this guy silenced. I'm sure this shit is just like that, bro. Or something to that effect. It makes sense. This guy is just talking too much, man. I walked past the school and they got a big ass picture of this motherfucker up. And this and that. And my son came to me and he told me his friends told him about Andrew Tate, and his friend said this, and my son's asking me questions or what I'm doing. And, you know, we all know bullshit. Well, I ain't gonna say we all know. A lot of people know bullshit when they see it. So when you say you got this on a guy, you got raped, you got this, you got that, then they're like, oh, he's not charged, but he's this, he's that. And before he did that, he would always say, I would never kill myself. I would never harm myself. My life was fucking great. I'm rich and I'm in shape and I fuck bitches. I'm not depressed, right? That's what we say. He goes in there, so obviously he's not going to kill himself. But what could be used? Well, he was always fucking smoking cigars, right? So he's always smoking cigars. Well, maybe we could say he has lung cancer. So then they started saying, yeah, Andrew Tate, they said he has lung cancer and he's been going to Dubai to meet a fucking doctor to help him out. I don't know if you know, but this dude, Andrew Tate, is a big health nut. He's all about his fucking body. He wants to stay in shape. He does this. He's got a beautiful daughter and shit. And if he had any inkling that he had lung cancer, do you think he would be smoking fucking cigars? Not him. So that's enough conspiracy shit. But all I'm saying is keep these dudes. If you're a YouTuber, me, this is like my third or fourth stream. I'm brand new in this shit. But if you're a YouTuber, throw a video of them saying some shit up just to keep it going. It's important messages from these gentlemen that should not be lost. As far as Mr. Samuels again, incredible guy, man. Incredible guy. There's a lot of people that don't like him because they haven't seen. They only see the clips that people clip up where he's giving people the business. He doesn't just talk that way to females. He talks that way to men. Actually worse. He actually talks worse to men. But as far as us hating each other, we all know that we're in the middle of a gender war. We are in a gender war. And inside this gender war, you know, we've got black women versus, we got black women, white supremacy, and LGBTQ, blah, 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 versus black men, versus men, black men. Yeah. Yeah. Why? Because there's a lot of shit that we don't really deal with that they're throwing at us. A lot of this feminine shit. A lot of men, we not with that shit, man. Black women, you know, they say a lot of fucked up shit about black men. Y'all say some real fucked up things, man. One of the things that I despise, the chick saying, abort all male black babies. Yeah. Like, yo, man, that's fucked up. That's some white supremacy shit right there. And right behind white supremacy, who's right behind white supremacy when it comes to telling a black man he ain't shit? Black woman. So, us being men and us wanting to save our what we have left, we have to take that shit and put our feelings aside and try to bring shit together. Right? Keep things strong between us and the family unit and the black women. So that's why I always say stop sleeping with chicks that got more than one kid, more than one baby daddy. Like, yo, you already out there, like, you off the market, man. You off the market. You're off the market, man. Like, I don't know. You gotta go back to one of them 2, 3, 4 dudes and make it fucking work. If you don't see quality in this dude, you don't see him as anything more than just a fuck. Why you keep this fucking kid? Why you had a baby? You gotta think about that, because these kids growing up, all type of stats are out. Another guy, Tommy Sotomayor, he made a video. He made a excuse me, not a video. He made a movie called A Fatherless America. I watched it, and the shit actually evoked emotion out of me, man. I teared up after watching some of the people's stories. He went all across the country and talking to people and finding out their stories about fathers, if they had their father in their life, if they didn't, and what happened, and blah, all that shit. And it's actually good and definitely worth watching. I found it on Amazon Prime. A Fatherless America. He doesn't just talk to blacks; he talks to whites, you know, Hispanics, everybody. So, you know, going over the actual stats recorded, you do your child a great disservice by not keeping him or her raised with their father, or raised with a full nucleus family. You know, the dad is over there, the other dad's over there, and it's like it's. And another thing is, we have a lot of black women that think that they're doing better. It's not a competition, but black women seem to love to compete and brag about doing more than a black man when it comes to the field of education and shit like that. Like, they just, I don't know. It's kind of like how people like to see law enforcement take an L. It's kind of like the same thing. Women love to to see men take an L, or love to be able to say, "Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that." No. But there's a flip side to that, and the flip side is you've accomplished all of this, but that's not your purpose on the planet, right? Your purpose on the planet isn't to be the freaking eyelash queen, wig queen, whatever else they fucking do and shit like that. Like, listen, you know, Kevin Samuels used to always say, "Oh, the chick that said I'm a PhD." He doesn't just talk to crazy chicks sitting home watching the show. He talks to a lot of women that have high education, because a lot of them call in to figure out why they don't have a man. And I'm not going to argue with a woman over that. I'm just going to watch it, because it doesn't make sense for me to argue with a woman over things that I see to be a real issue. Things that I see that a lot of men see, you haven't seen it yet, you know. But yeah, this has been a good stream, and looking forward to the next. You guys have a good day, fellas. If she has more than one kid, listen, man, strap up. If she got more than 2 kids, don't hit it, because you're taking a chance. You're taking a chance, man. All right, so peace, ladies and gentlemen. See you again soon. I'm out.